Hi there. Let's take a look at another potential source of finance for a business. This one is crowdfunding. Now, with crowdfunding, there's a clue in the term. Funding raised from crowds, but not necessarily the kind of crowd you'd see at a football match. Crowd being an online community of potential funders, potential investors, and usually they're individuals who are on the lookout for opportunities to invest in businesses, in projects, in new ideas. So that's the idea. It's the use of an online platform to enable a business to raise finance, either to start a business or to help accelerate the growth of the business in total, or for specific projects, specific ideas. For example, a new idea, a new business concept, perhaps a new version of a product. And as I say, crowdfunding involves usually quite a large number of people investing in the idea or the project via an online platform that is specifically set up for that purpose. Now, it can involve investing in the shares of the business, but often it doesn't. Often the investor or the funder, if you like, the crowdfunder, is getting some kind of incentive. For example, it could be that the funder gets first use of a new product or gets a discount on a new product or service when it's launched. So it doesn't necessarily have to mean that crowdfunding affects the share capital of a business. Well, crowdfunding is a relatively new, a relatively modern form of finance made possible by online platforms. And as I say, there are several that are now well established as means for businesses to raise finance. And one of the advantages of crowdfunding is that once you've got set up and you've passed all the hurdles in terms of putting information together, it's relatively quick to set up a crowdfunding campaign. And as a business, you're in charge of what you ask for. Typically, you'll set a crowdfunding target, let's say £1 million, and as your potential funders start to commit to the project or the business, you can start to see how the crowdfunding campaign is progressing. So the business is in control of that process, and potentially significant amounts of finance can be raised. In some cases, several billions from really successful crowdfunding campaigns. But typically, for smaller businesses, the amounts involved are relatively small, although not for the business, of course. Another benefit or advantage of crowdfunding is that the campaign itself can provide a valuable opportunity to spread the word about the business or idea or project, giving the business some publicity, perhaps even helping the business establish its initial customer base. And as I've mentioned, you don't have to give away control or shares in the business if you don't want to. It could be that the incentive to provide finance is some other kind of incentive. Well, you might think, what are the disadvantages of crowdfunding? Well, firstly, it's a popular means of raising finance, and there are lots of businesses seeking finance from those interested in using crowdfunding. So you'll face, as a business, lots of competition for the money of the funders. Therefore, you've got to have an offer, and you've got to have an idea or a project that attracts and is credible to those potential funders. The other thing to take account of is that the crowdfunding platform exists to allow businesses to meet funders, but they take a cut. So there are administration fees and percentages of the amounts raised that you will have to provide to the crowdfunding platform. And of course, there's no guarantee that you will achieve your target or that you will meet what you hope to achieve, your objective for crowdfunding, particularly if your business idea isn't sufficiently attractive or well explained. And that leads me to one final disadvantage, which is there's a danger with crowdfunding that you allow the world, your competitors, for example, to learn more about your business and your ideas and your future plans than perhaps you really want to. So there is a risk, it can be managed, that a business might actually leak some valuable strategic information about their business, about their projects. So you have to be careful about that. There we go then. That's just an overview of one potential source of finance, which is crowdfunding.